Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade. I've got Brooklyn Nets head coach Lionel Hollins. Just asking you, ready for the season? We're here at a documentary premiere, but are the Nets ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I can wait a couple of days, but once it gets going, it gets hectic, and my time becomes their time. But I'm looking forward to it.
This documentary, it's about one of the all-time greats, Kareem. I'm a lifelong Lakers fan, so it's a huge thrill for me. Talk to me about the legacy of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, I think his legacy is not as magnified as it should because he is arguably the greatest player to ever played. I mean, 38,000 points. And when you look at what he did with every team he went to, it went from nothing to something. I mean, he goes from college to the Milwaukee Bucks, and they become world champions in 2 years. They go from 20 wins to 56 wins. He goes from the Lakers, they're in last place, to champions ultimately. And I think that more people don't know about the prime time Kareem when he was averaging 30-plus points and winning all those MVPs. They know him as a 37, 38, 39-year-old.
With the goggles.
But there was kind of a caddy for Magic Johnson in that group. But the reality is Kareem was a standalone champion and a standalone all-star and great player. And he came on with Magic later on to help Magic be what Magic was supposed to be. But Kareem definitely stood alone in terms of his stardom.
You've had the opportunity as a coach to coach so many different players, and one of the things that made Kareem so unique, obviously his nickname was the captain, was leadership. Talk to me about, they broke the mold when they made him, right? Like, there's only one Kareem.
Well, when you think about the sky hook, nobody's ever done it like him before or after. And the thing about Kareem that people don't realize was his competitiveness. You don't stay in the league and play unless you have a passion for what you're doing, unless you're going to work at trying to stay in condition and health and be productive for as long as he did, because he loved the game and he loved to compete and he loved to win. I think if you go back to the series in Boston where they were down and he brought them back, and eventually I think he was the MVP of that series. And he was just, the ultimate competitor, and I enjoyed competing against him. We had a couple of clashes. One where the stage that was given to Magic Johnson was because Kareem stepped on my foot and sprained his ankle and couldn't play. And then later on in my career, Kareem, I stepped on his foot and tore a ligament in my ankle, and I was out for most of the season. So, we've had this competition from the time I came in the league, and I have a lot of respect for not only the player, but the man. I've gotten to know him better. We coached in the minor leagues against each other. We've sat down and had dinner together. We've traveled on trips together. And he's one of the nicest gentlemen. And I think people didn't understand because he was so tall. He was more introverted. Not that he was not smart, not that he didn't have something to say. It's just that he was self-conscious of his height, and I think people held that against him and probably diminished his greatness as well. But I think as you've gone along in time, Kareem's greatness has been magnified more and more over time.